Welcome, everyone, to the Subject 4 podcast. We're a fan-made podcast over for the Project 863 series. Or the Matthias channel, whichever you want to do. Whichever you want to pick, you know.
Oh, no.
I was already spoiled over at We Are Subject 4 that there's going to be a channel change because 863 is dead.
Wah, wah.
Today I am joined by Amon, Brandon, and Garrett, and they are editors of Spellbound, so we're going to be picking their brains on what it is to be an editor for Spellbound. So, hi guys.
Hola.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
And yes, Shades is not joined with me today. He is not feeling very well. So I'd let him sleep. He just did not. He was like, "No, I'll go." I'm like, "No, you sound awful." So
That's so nice.
Yes,
I can't have you crapping up our audio. You sound bad.
Yes, I don't need him being like, "Hi guys," like even like deeper, you know. But
I'll do that for him.
Yes, Amon and Shades are the voices.
Deep voice.
That
Deep
everyone
voice.
enjoys.
We'd get a good podcast running. It'd be great.
You're also whispering.
I will.
Yeah, I'm not keeping that up.
I do want to do kind of an introduction. This event is behind the scenes warning. It is not like a regular podcast. It's in fact not going to be put up on our podcast platforms. This is just a special event with the editors. And this is being live streamed on YouTube and Twitch. Hi guys, over there on those platforms. And if you want to be part of the interviews towards when we open the stage towards the end and you have questions for these guys, we do have some rules. You must be at least 14 years old or older, must consent to being broadcast live because, again, we are being live streamed over on YouTube and Twitch. Must have a good microphone, no background noises, and if there's something that these gentlemen, if they can't answer something and do not accept that answer, because that is an answer. If they say, I can't talk about that or I can't go into that, please accept that and come up with another question. But I want to introduce everyone on stage once again. Garrett, you're a video editor of 863, right?
That is true. I am a contracted editor for Spellbound. I've done now 7 episodes.
7 episodes?
For Project 63. Yes.
Wow, I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah, I didn't either until I was like, what counts in my head? I was like,
what? They all run together now? That's amazing.
Yeah, they're all meshed it together. I'm like, ah.
We also are joined with Brandon. Brandon is the Dope or Nope thumbnail editor, and I'm not even going to ask you to count how many you've done, or do you know off the top of your head, Brandon?
Dope or Nope wise, I've done 7. We Are 863. I've done 13, and behind 863, I've done 16.
16. So you're also a moderator on Spellbound Plus. You were the first moderator on Spellbound Plus during all that chaos, and we talked about that when you helped co-host the podcast with me. You're also a monitor of the official Discord and the designer of the verification bot over there. Do you want to go into why the verification bot is such a nightmare?
Primarily because Mighty Networks doesn't have any kind of API that I can interface with. So I basically have to have a web scraper, which is a system that goes to the website, searches through a profile for information that I need, like the keyword I have users put in, and it also checks to verify that they are an actual 863 plus member. And Normally, things like that would go a lot smoother with an API. Since there's a lack of one, I'm having to do a lot of back-end work that normally is already done. And at times that can cause quirks. When we first launched, Mighty Networks blacklisted my IP address,
Oh my
and I
god.
was having to use VPNs to bounce around and circumvent that so we could get people into the server.
Oh
I
my
remember that
gosh.
day.
remember
I
that.
remember I was
That
like
was
his
my
tester for a
birthday.
lot of it.
I was basically a walking advertisement for NordVPN that day.
Not sponsored, by the way. The podcast is not sponsored by NordVPN.
No.
But if you are listening, Nord, hit me up. You are also the owner of the community Discord, which is the largest fan base Discord for Spellbound.
That is true.
How is that going?
I took over ownership of it recently. It's been going well. We're still trying to get some kinks and things worked out, and we hope to get things running at like 110% capacity here soon.
No. And you are also the Subject 4 podcast producer.
That is me.
My
Yay.
babysitter. Yay!
That's right. I make sure that, you and Shades keep things on track and don't go off on 14-hour-long tangents.
Hey, somebody
It
asked
happens.
us to do a 24-hour stream.
Oh wow.
I know.
I mean,
I'm
I'd support it.
I would crash. I couldn't do that.
I would
know,
support
and,
it. I used to do multiple 24-hour streams whenever I was a stream team leader. So
Like-
Samantha's doing it. Is it this
24
week?
hours?
I think
Yeah.
it wrapped up earlier.
Did
I think about 7 hours ago there were 4 hours left. So yes.
they? Oh, okay.
Oh.
I know that they were doing a 24-hour stream, and she had like a schedule. I was all like, dang.
Dang.
yeah, I mean, I used to, whenever I did 24-hour streams, I had to schedule things out, and like whenever I would play like different games or do different like events and stuff like that. So
Yeah. So, and then we
Yeah.
are also joined by Amon. Amon, you are the
Hi.
season 2 blooper reel video editor. That's a
Woo.
mouthful right there. How long have you been doing that?
I'd have to do math. It was before my birthday actually, so about a month, 2 months and a half, I think.
Yeah. You're also a
Yeah.
moderator of the Reddit, Spellbound Plus, the official Discord, and this Discord, the Subject 4 podcast. You are also a voice actor and writer of Syntech University. Are you allowed to say who you voice act?
I feel
Or
like
is-
people could put it together.
Yeah. Starts with a G.
That's the only reason I'm not gonna. Thanks.
And you also have your own YouTube channel, and I know that my moderators, either Ink, probably going to be Airport. I think Inky is
yeah,
out
airport
Yeah.
airport is plugging it right
today. Yep,
now.
Airport's
Plugging
plugging it. It is
everything.
in our comments, and please go subscribe over to Amon's channel. They work very hard, and it's just amazing. And I know that you hit 1,000 subscribers a couple of days ago. Congratulations.
Heck yeah, we're at 1.1K.
Woohoo! Congrats.
And- You know how we were talking about watch hours the other day?
Mm-hmm.
I went up 500 watch hours since then, and I don't know how.
Sweet.
But-
So people just watch at least 2 of the videos 300 times.
Yeah, or all my videos.
It's just
as
repeat it
300.
over and over.
Yes, that's
Exactly.
because that's one of the hardest things. Like even for the podcast,
Watch
before we
hours is
became,
so-
it's the watch time hours. It's so hard to beat. Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely,
So-
especially when your content's like 10 seconds long.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's hard too though whenever your content's like 30 minutes long too. So
Yeah, because
It-
people got to watch all of it.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword because that's what YouTube recommend. That's what they see now is that, oh, the watch time. Do they watch the entire video or 2% of it?
Yeah, and that and one of the things that we're finding right now with the podcast is that we are watch time hours we get on the live streams amazing, but when we start going back to the actually making the podcast episodes, the watch time hours goes down because people like listen to it when they can. And
Yeah.
so, but with the live streams, people actually like budget their day and they just sit here and have it in the background, whatever you guys are doing. Like, comment down below. What are you guys doing right now where you're listening to us? A lot of people are like, I'm doing homework or I'm cleaning my room.
I'm just cleaning my room. Did you hear like a vacuum cleaner in the background?
I already cleaned my office this morning, so that's all I had to do today. And then otherwise, I've just been playing Minecraft.
Hey,
I'm gonna go ahead and plug mine as well. It's not like 863
Heck
content,
yeah.
but I
Yes.
do 3D tutorials. I know a lot of you guys have seen like my 3D work and stuff that I do in regards
So
to the
good.
Project 863. But I do 3D tutorials. I do stuff from beginners all the way up to more advanced stuff.
Yes, please plug it. And Garrett, do you have a channel that we can plug?
I used I used to do
Yeah.
YouTube. I used to do YouTube. I don't no longer do YouTube just because I wasn't being successful, and I can't sadly do stuff that I love to do while also having a full-time job.
Mm.
So
Oh,
I
no.
don't have a plugin, sadly. No.
I feel ya. Having a full-time job and then running this podcast, I'm all like, ugh, so tired all the time.
It's exhausting.
Oh yeah, it is, and no wonder a lot of YouTubers, as soon as they like make enough money, they're just all like, peace to the real job and do YouTube full time because it definitely is. Even though like I have an amazing crew behind me, like I have Brandon, I have Zander, I have all the moderators and Shades now. It's still a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, even Shades, like Shades says that how did he put it? I'm stressed out during podcast days, and I'm like, like, I mean, if I could tell you what I was just doing 20 minutes ago, it would surprise you. Yeah.
Why does that sound devious?
Oh, because it was. I was being a
It sorta
retard.
was.
I was being an idiot.
Just the way you said it.
Oh. Yeah, we won't go into that. That is like for podcasts after dark plus 18, maybe. Not that it's like that bad, but I don't know.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's just that I was just being a little idiot on our Minecraft server. Well, okay, I'll just share it. One of the girls made a tower. And like it's a ginormous tower. Like it's one of those things that like I'm wandering around and I'm like, where's the tower so I can go back home? And I was looking at
Very
it the other day. And
Phallic by design.
yes.
Oh, okay.
I
I see where this
decided
is
it
going.
needed to have circular objects at the base of it.
I already know where this is going.
That's what I was doing, and yeah, it just somebody else showed up and made it 20 times worse, and it was just
Was that Shades?
No, it was Syroxa.
No, Shades was asleep.
It was
Shades didn't
Syroxa.
feel good.
Syroxa made it 20 times worse today, and I was all like, oh my god.
Syroxa, come on.
Oh yeah, so that was fun. And then
You're Canadian, you have to be polite.
Emiko decided like he was going to kill me, so I just ran back home, got my 3 wolves, and I was like, go ahead, try again, and my wolves just attacked him. So yes, that is my word of advice on Minecraft. If you're not really good at Minecraft, get yourself some dogs. And they'll make your life easier when people try to kill you. And Emiko thinks it's funny to hire people to kill me. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah.
Brandon told me to be PG.
Brandon told you. I was pretty PG. We used big words.
So,
Use big words.
We're talking about how you put
Yeah,
Use the
let's-
adult words.
I said I
let's
put
talk
circular
about-
objects on it.
Let's talk about your hate relationship with
Oh.
Adobe.
All right,
Garrett.
okay. Real quick, I'll talk about this real quick. So, I was editing, surprise, an episode
Wow.
this week. Yeah, surprise, right? And what happened was I kept getting a specific error. It's called low latency error on Adobe, where it would crash every 2 minutes of just doing anything, scrubbing through the timeline, cutting, it would just crash. I started at 11 p.m. Like, it was about 20 minutes for finishing up one version, and 20 minutes of work, it should be done. I spent 3 hours just troubleshooting. It was 3 in the morning. I'm like, I'm just going to bed. Woke up in the morning, went on chat with Adobe for 5 hours. They couldn't figure out what was going on. And then finally they figured out a solution, but then it happened again. So I just brute forced it. And that was the straw that killed the camel's back. I will never use Adobe Premiere ever again. I was having so many technical issues with that program. I just, it's tiring.
I can't relate. I'm a PC girl. So
But I'm a PC person too. But the thing is just I have moved from Premiere Pro to now DaVinci Resolve. It is dead to me.
DaVinci Resolve, I'll give you, like, the thing about DaVinci, because the first thing that I used to edit this podcast was Hit Film Express. And
Okay.
it was a bit naive of me. I thought I could, like, I was like, what is the best editing software out there? Like special effects and stuff like that. And I downloaded Hit Film Express, and then I realized this sucks.
What have I done?
Well, it's the learning curve is very steep for Hit Film.
It is.
But there's so much you can do with Hit Film, especially if you know Blender, and you can mix Blender with Hit Film,
yeah.
and you could do special effects and stuff like that. And there's a lot of free packages for that. So I thought that was really cool, but then I realized I don't know anything about Blender, and I don't want to know anything about Blender. Like, props to you, Brandon. Like, if Brandon was talking about his YouTube channel where he goes into like that kind of sort of things and going from beginner to intermediate to expert mode. You have unknowingly seen some of Brandon's product, because the countdown at the beginning of our live streams on YouTube and Twitch, the countdown graphic behind the numbers is Brandon made that. Like, and I just put the numbers on top of it and added the music, and that's our countdown. Like, but props to anyone who can use Blender. But
It's come a long way. I've been using Blender for almost 12 years, and it used to be a nightmare to use.
I took
life.
video game, like I took courses that were about game design, and I had to learn to use Blender in 3D, so I can relate. But I loved using Blender. That was so much fun. I had to make a bunch of, like, the first product I made on Blender was a toilet. That was it.
Everyone does
was
it.
great.
Doesn't everyone do the coffee cup?
No, like, it was for my game. I had to, like, because we
You
had to
made
build a
a toilet.
bathroom, and so I made a toilet, and it was brilliant, Artemis.
I'll take your word for it. Or do you still have it?
I still have it actually on my
All
computer to this day. I also had to make a Dalek too as well from Doctor Who as well. That was also fun. Dalek. I can't
Dalek.
look. I can't talk. I don't know how to speak some days.
I mean, it's honestly, I don't even know what type of word that is. Dalek, Dalek. People say Dalek, Dalek. So,
Dulak.
I think they're cute. Anyway.
Show us the toilet, or it didn't happen.
Show us the toilet.
Oh yeah, it's right here. Actually, I can actually pull it up.
He's like, I've had this on reserve.
I've been waiting my time to shine. Anyways, I'm hijacking this podcast.
No, I'm okay. I'm waiting for the toilet to happen.
I got installed Blender. Give me a minute.
Oh, this is gonna take a bit.
Just send me the blend file.
You want me to? I can.
Sure.
All right. I don't know if it's finished or not, but it definitely exists. There you go.
Awesome. I'm making this happen right now. I'm opening it right now.
Okay.
I also did Ocarina as well. That was also fun.
I just
It's I don't remember it. Does it suck?
does
We're
it
about,
Brandon-
we're
suck?
about to find out.
Brandon, if it sucks, just change it real quick. I'll give you.
You want me to just make a toilet real
Cannot
quick?
run from your
No, I'll
sin.
download a preset. I'll just go on. I'll just download one from Unity and be like, just say this is mine.
That's what I did. That's bad.
It definitely
Rockstar would have a great comic. to
isn't
share
fully
this.
finished, but we're gonna rock with it anyways.
Yes. Wait, is it just the handle? I don't remember.
It's the puller and then the tank.
I'm
I
still
never- I
waiting
didn't
for
get-
this, Brandon.
This
I'm-
might be an older version of the toilet.
I think it might be, but we're gonna
Whoa,
rock with it.
airport! You can't just show off my dog like that.
The dog did not consent.
The dog did not consent.
Why is it that your dog looks like he's gonna go to a picnic?
Oh
Ew,
my-
what did a dog do?
She's that's her little handkerchief we
It's so
gave her.
Cute.
She is adorable. We actually took her for a walk, and she went swimming a bunch, and now she's just sleeping beside me.
No.
Yeah, she's lovely. I love her.
Yeah, Amon.
Ugh,
That's
what-
exactly what I was thinking of. I made
I
this.
made-
You made this. I made this.
I had to go and find it.
Yo, Brandon, where's the toilet?
Well, it's about to come. Here we go.
Oh no.
Here we go, guys.
Potty.
And you didn't have a camera set. I had to throw a camera in there.
Yeah, no, well, it's just a model. I didn't,
know.
but it wasn't going to like. This wasn't Pixar quality, guys.
Oh, it's Pixar quality, guys. Don't
Are
let
you
Garrett lie to
saying
you.
that you
You-
work for a company and you're not Pixar quality? How is
No,
that
no, right.
possible?
I'm disappointed in myself. I gotta admit it.
You guys work for Spellbound. That's better than Pixar, right?
Working with Spellbound has been. We'll talk about this later, but it has been an absolute dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that eventually once we get this toilet on board.
Let's talk about that.
Oh no, we're gonna get sued
Good
from
mythical
Mythical Morning.
Everyone's just flipping out right now. Where's the potty?
You're gonna get the potty.
Where's
gotta-
the potty?
I'm throwing a
Toilet,
texture on it.
toilet.
Throwing a texture
Squatter.
on it.
I understood that.
Shades is gonna look at this recording
What is
in
happening?
like a week and just not understand any of it.
And that's what you get for being sick.
The living
That's
miracle.
what you get for being sick.
The living miracle. Matt, bring back Overkill. Overkill doesn't need to be brought back. It's still around.
I am so jealous of that computer setup, though. Oh my gosh, I want a computer and a desk
NateDsz?
so badly. Yes, it's so pretty. I know the company, I know how they do it, but I can't afford that.
Yeah,
You-
I can't afford
Oh.
it either.
You know what he does with it, right?
I know.
He puts a Mac on top of
He
it.
puts
right.
a
And
uses
Mac
the
on
Mac
top and
instead.
works off of that.
I'm disappointed.
Everyone else is too.
You can put two
Yeah.
computers in there, and he uses it just as a desk.
Yes, it's because he's an Apple guy. Like he just doesn't understand PC apparently. And Matt,
Can you
if you're
spell it to
listening
me?
to this on YouTube,
We're
Neener,
calling you
Neener.
out, Matt.
Yeah, we're calling you out.
You've been called out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, he hasn't been on our recording platform since we moved over to this platform. So
he
he probably doesn't know where it is.
it's just gone. It's like, wait, what was this?
No, where'd the podcast go?
He goes and joins Brandon's server. You can't find us. We're hidden from you now.
And it's funny that he's on, like he's literally in the server. but
He
won't.
is. He is. Well,
He's just
he did.
typing in.
He did come on, and he did thank everyone for his birthday, the birthday projects that people had submitted.
Oh,
Which
I was going to Photoshop something for him, but I just was so busy. I just didn't have time.
Yeah, he made you busy. Don't blame him.
Yes.
Yes. All right,
Petition
guys.
to get-
I'm rendering it right now, and then I'm gonna post
Oh.
it.
We don't believe you.
Wait, did you put a
Toilet,
texture on
fine.
it? Because I didn't have a
Toilet,
texture
Yeah,
on
fine.
it.
I textured it up.
The porcelain and everything.
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah! Let's see this toilet shine.
Oh no, I'm
What?
afraid.
This is the
This is
the weirdest
Brandon's
conversation.
textures of a toilet.
I made it.
Yeah, but
I
he
scale
could
1 to
have
10,
added
Brandon.
a poop stain.
How is the toilet?
The toilet's not bad. And game ready asset wise, it's not bad.
Yeah, you have to use low poly to do stuff like this, because if you don't, it's gonna look
Yeah,
pretty bad.
it's not bad.
It's only the lid and the the handle.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is.
It's called a floating toilet.
A floating
Welcome to the
toilet.
most chaos show on the internet. No. No.
That's after dark.
Yeah, that's after dark.
Just wait until you see me unhinged.
My daughter's writing a movie called The Toilet of Doom. Oh heck yes. Oh
Sounds
man,
fun.
I miss doing film work. Like, I just miss it so
Alright.
much.
Dude, I can't
I'm now
wait.
gonna have a
for-
file called toilet PNG in my downloads directory.
What is that? I think that's a compliment. Personally, I think that's a good thing to have. in your
Here we go.
file.
It's going into the podcast chat.
Here we go.
The recording
Actually, I'm
chat.
kind of. Why am I scared?
The moment
You're
you
Grace
gonna
open
is
it
judged
out,
by
or-
a toilet that I made like 5 years ago.
Garrett's
all of
throne.
your editing work for Spellbound, it's not going to mean anything anymore.
Yes.
That is a tank.
Why is the tank so high?
It's okay.
Where's
so
the
it's,
actual
it's like a
toilet?
gravity-fed toilet.
it's an old European toilet.
Yeah.
You
They were
pee in the
supposed to
floor?
be. It's no. So
No.
they used to mount the tank on the top because the pipe work, and then they had the actual toilet seat on below. So that's why it's like that. Look, man. Okay, that's brilliant. Actually, thank you so much. You textured it and everything.
Am I the only one who doesn't see an actual toilet there?
It's just the tank.
Yeah, it's just a tank.
Here, fine.
Okay.
I'll model the toilet right now.
No!
Okay, all right. It was good talking to you guys.
No, I have a list of questions to go through.
See, Sroxa's
sorry,
got
I'm
you.
sorry.
He's speed modeling a toilet.
Yeah.
So that you
Okay,
don't
thank
have to.
Sriracha is very good with Blender, and yeah, what he likes to make the evidence from 863 in Blender, and I'm all like,
Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, killer.
Yeah.
They look great.
It's amazing, his work. And Airport, do you have Sriracha's YouTube channel?
Yes, Airport already plugged it.
Okay, yeah, if you go to the, Sriracha's Creations. Thank you, Pastel. Thank you, Airport. Beating me. Airport's good. Airport's on it, Pastel. There's no way you can... Inky and Airport have races during the podcast, so they're on it. All right, so let's jump into these questions, and then we'll open it up to everyone else who is curious about becoming an editor for Spellbound.
Yes.
My first question for all three of you is, how long have you guys worked for High Five Studios now, Spellbound?
Go ahead.
Who wants to go first?
We'll go alphabetically, so Amon.
Damn it. Wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry
You're
to
fine.
whoever's editing this. Anyway. So that's a complicated Banamon. Okay. Sorry guys, it's been good. So, question. Do you mean like how long I've been paid to work for Spellbound?
No, you can tag on your moderation too. How long you've been modding?
Okay, so I've been moderating for Spellbound since March
Mm-hmm.
of this year. So it's been about 7 months. But in terms of being paid for editing stuff, I have worked for Spellbound for roughly 2.5 months.
Sweet. And Brandon?
I've been modding for Spellbound Plus since its launch, and then I've been doing thumbnail work since 1 second. July.
July. Oh yeah, I remember that because you told us all to keep you in our prayers for a job interview that you were gonna
Yeah,
get.
that I
and-
couldn't talk about.
Yeah, you couldn't talk about.
It
And
was so funny
it
when
was because wasn't it Squatter that said they're idiots if they don't hire you or something like that? And you were
yeah,
like-
that was really funny.
Yeah.
you were like,
It was especially
ah.
funny when I finally got brought onto the team. I was like looking through the network we use, and then at some point I just saw Brandon's username, and I was like, "Wait a minute, you're here too?"
Oh my gosh! And Garrett, how long have you worked for Spellbound?
I'm not gonna lie, I literally thought it was a month, but it's actually been now 2 months.
I was about to say, if you don't know,
Nice.
I can tell you because I have your introductory message.
Yeah, that's true. I actually checked the emails with Bailey to see when I actually was, and it was 2 months ago, August 2nd, actually,
It was
when
kind
I
of funny
officially started.
when Bailey heard you and was like, "It's so nice to hear you." The podcast bringing employees together.
Thanks, Pastel.
Bringing everybody
Thank you so
together.
much.
Yes. So, what was the interview process like?
Do we want to go in reverse order this time?
Sure, Garrett. What was the interview process like?
So the interview process was actually really interesting. So for editors, we are given 2 clips. One for, well, at the time for me it would have been 2 clips that were all serious, but now they do a serious clip and a comedic clip because they want to focus a lot on the comedy too as well for Project 863 because they have some really funny moments. They want to keep it like a vlog style instead of just over the top action all the time.
Mhm.
So
Community
you're
ties
given
channel.
you're given 2 clips, and then you're given the soundtrack, which would have been season 1 soundtrack, and then you just create an edit. The most difficult part about that process is the first clip is the RV scene with the Phantom, and the second one is the McDonald's scene where they do a randomize for McDonald's foods. It's
Mm.
difficult because you have reference and you don't want to copy exactly what you see, especially when you're like, oh, that's exactly what I do, is when you see the actual episode. But so time to get out of your head and do something different. It was difficult, but it was also a fun challenge at the same time. So you give those clips, so they review it, and they go from there.
Oh, sweet. And Brandon, what was your interview process like?
Mine was a little different doing like thumbnails. Matt kind of gave me he wanted me to, as a test, to recreate the thumbnail of him in woods whenever the Phantom hit Woods over the head. So I recreated that thumbnail. My process too was a little bit different. They had just like mid my application is when they switched over to contractor work. So it originally, like, my interview kind of like shifted gears halfway through it. So that was a little bit different, but I mean, overall, it was pretty much I was given a concept for a thumbnail, and then I had to like recreate that concept and put like my own personal flair on it. So I ended up changing some things, making it look a little more cinematic and everything like that, and they were happy with it.
Sweet. And Amon, how was your interview process like?
A confession to make. I didn't go through one.
And how's that?
Basically, for people who have seen my channel or are subscribed to it, you know that I have some early videos about like comedy compilations, like, things that they say at certain points or things that they do. And what happened was, I think it was Sam who first saw it, or saw one of them, and then it led to them watching most of them. And she brought it up to the team, and then eventually, as a mod, we got to talking with the team a little bit more. And Matt brought up that he wanted to kind of bring someone on to do blooper reels, since it was one of the most highly requested things people asked for once the curtain was raised. And shout out to Squatter, because he was the one who just nonchalantly and kind of wingman style was just like, hey, I know someone who does some funny comedy compilations. And so I was like, haha, yeah, I do that stuff. If you ever want anyone to do anything, kind of like as a throwaway, because I didn't think anything would happen. But Matt then later messaged me about it, and he was like, yeah, so here's all this stuff, you won't be able to not be spoiled from this point on. So if you want to say goodbye to whatever remnants of story appreciation you have left, then, we can bring you onto the team. And I was like, huh? So, yeah, no, Matt came to me, actually. I was fortunate enough to not have to go through an interview process.
Your interview process was because you had already put a kind of resume on the internet.
My resume was on YouTube already.
Yeah, which is really cool, and that's really
Yeah.
neat, and yeah. So kind of a lighthearted question. What are some must-haves that you need to have when you edit snacks, background music, or atmosphere? And
I like how you say snacks. You put that as a requirement.
yeah, like you don't.
If you're not eating snacks, are you
When
even an
I'm
editor?
editing the podcast, there's always snacks next to me. So
Garrett actually edits in a clean room.
It's just an all-white room. There's no windows, no
Padded.
nothing. It's just
padded too, just in case you want to hurt yourself.
It's
oh
just the insanity
jeez.
ward.
Yeah, my desk is just made out of foam.
Nerf.
And that's why you work with
Yeah.
Shades.
Garrett actually special ordered his desk from Shades.
Ooh.
See, it's all connected.
So we'll start with Brandon. So what are some of your must-haves when you're editing?
Generally, I mean, in all honesty, I normally have either a coffee or a water. 9 times out of 10, I'll be honest, it's a coffee. Courtney, my wife, will insist that I drink more water, but I'm like, coffee's made with water.
No.
And
Bad.
that, and generally, like, I'll munch on some like Cheez-Its or something like that.
And Aman, what are your go-tos for editing?
You see, off the top of my head, the only thing I can really think of is like a glass of cold water, but I need that for just about anything. The reason I can't think of anything else is because when I edit, I kind of hyperfixate on it, and it makes me remember nothing else except for the editing.
Oh,
Yep.
So you
So
get,
anything
like,
else in
tunnel
between?
vision.
Yes, definitely.
Oh.
I have to have some sort of snack or else I won't eat.
Yeah, that's the editing life, basically.
Well, Garrett,
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean-
you have to have Tim Hortons.
Yeah, well, actually, you put me on the spot there. No, so yeah,
Dang.
I do have a cup of coffee, but most actually, I drink tea. I love tea, so I usually actually just drink a bunch of tea when I'm editing, or have water.
What's your go-to tea?
My chai latte. No, chai latte. I can't talk today. Green mint sometimes too as well.
Ooh.
I'm just anything that's basically in my house too as well, because my fiance, she also loves tea too as well. So yeah. Also a bunch of chocolate. You gotta have that chocolate ready to go. Like if you have
man,
anything else, you gotta have chocolate. You can't be anything. Like, it can't melt. It has to be hard chocolate, because if it melts and you get it all over your keyboard, it's terrible. And sometimes
I
I'll bring
gotta know
chips, but that is a nightmare to eat chips
It
while
really
editing.
is.
It's just bad for the keyboard and everything.
I generally like, that's why I said like I normally have like Cheez-Its or something like that, but I also have like wet naps.
Yeah, you gotta have like the sanitary section where you like you just have just to wipe your hands and make sure everything's good. No, but one thing I do use a lot when it comes to editing, other than snacks, uh, is there are three things. One is foliage. So Foley, if anybody knows what that means, is basically just sound effects for background uses. So you need to, let's say for example, you need to use a sound effect of something smashing on the ground. It has to be high quality. You have to. We use what's it called again? We use Epic Music Sound for stuff like that, or even sometimes small music. We do that too as well. So that's one important thing. Also, graphic elements. If you may notice, a lot of my edits, I do a lot of graphic work, whether it be Photoshop use or whether it be done in After Effects. I have a massive collection of assets that's already pre-used and ready to go. So that's another thing I use as well. And Michael Badal's music, because it's amazing. You're going to use it.
Oh yeah, the season. I'm still trying to figure out which song I want to turn into an orchestra piece, because I really love the Deb and Wes theme.
I think you should do Deb and Wes's theme.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorites.
Also,
It's so good.
Wesley Nathaniel. is
Wesley.
also a
The thing
really
about
good one.
Wesley Nathaniel, and you listen, like you can hear Wesley Nathaniel in the Deb and Wes theme, and then you can
Yeah.
also hear it in the storage.
unit.
Yeah,
Yep.
and he's telling
Yeah.
the story, but basically, like even a person who's doesn't know anything about 863 can figure out that Wesley Nathaniel has something to do with the storage unit, and like you can pick up
I love
pieces
how
like
it's all
that. and I
tied
love
together like that.
it.
It's so great.
Like Lord of the Rings is very good about that. Like they have
All
the
right,
theme
I'm going to be
music.
switching over to my phone.
Okay,
Alrighty.
sweet Brandon.
Don't go in tunnels.
Yes. Oh
I'm
God, not
gonna,
the
I'm
tunnel.
gonna dig tunnels.
So
Just make them in Blender.
So yeah, Mike Badal, big fan, big fan.
Yes.
So what drove you guys to what drew you to Spellbound?
You want me to go first, Amon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So,
I'm
what
a
drew me
big
to
fan.
Spellbound? To be brutally honest, it literally was just Project A63 that drew me to Spellbound. I was